So, Kip, like 10 weeks ago, if you can remember, so the way we do these courses, or the way that I do these courses, is like I like to keep the materials really basic and also the image basic because of the process of the painting. So, um, it's just interesting to, uh, I just wondered if you remember, Kip, what it was like because, I've got quite a set pattern of how we do things. So how it felt really, and especially how it felt when you first got your canvas and your paints and sat with me and we made your first marks.
Yeah, so when I first got my canvas, of course it was a little bit bigger. Actually, yours was a little bit bigger than mine, so I kind of had a little bit of a smaller one, which I think was probably a good thing at this point. But when we made our first marks, of course, you talked about making the line on the horizon. So I made that line across and then an X where the little pond goes, and I was like, this is not gonna look right at all. It looked just like a line with an X on the portrait. So I was like, okay, so I'm just gonna trust the process and follow along with what he says. And I was just
Oh,
like similar to the to the actual photo. Hey Patrick,
yes.
we may
Um,
have to do that one over. Something like a strange number tried to call me right now. I think it cut me out.
yeah, it just muted for some reason for a little while there. This happens as well because we're doing a course like online. Kip actually lives in Tennessee. I live in Brighton, UK. And that's what's great too, this technology, Zoom. So we introduced this technology and which you wouldn't have been able to do a few years ago. So it's anywhere, anybody, anywhere in the world, it's possible to like arrange meetings on a one-to-one basis while we're doing the coaching, isn't it, Kip? And the other thing that we've managed to do is
Definitely.
the other thing that I've managed to do is that like Kip sent me photographs of his painting and then can share a screen and talk about what he's done. And also these sessions we've been recording, haven't we, Kip? So how have you
Yeah.
found it when um uh, when we haven't been able to meet together, but so I've recorded stuff and sent it to Kip. And also, when we've had a one-to-one, we've recorded it because, like, we can be on for an hour sometimes.
Yeah. Or more. Maybe a little more.
So, like, the recording really helps. So you could, how would you say it helps, Kip?
Because there's so many different brush techniques and how to hold your arm and actually how to visualize, like for example when we were making putting the grass on the canvas, there was a specific way to actually make the texture when we got to the oils, especially how to make that look like grass. So those can be difficult to remember because again there's so many different ways you can make the brush strokes and stuff that you can make an image look a certain way, and especially about how much paint you use, how little you use. That all ties in together in the outcome that you're wanting. So having the recordings, you can pause it, you can rewind it, and do whatever you need to do to get that exact instruction. Because I'm not gonna know, didn't know how to paint before, so this allows me to actually be like, oh yeah, well this really does work like this, and it looks like grass or trees or whatever it is you're painting. And just being able to have the instructions there in front of you when you need them is has been worked out the best for me.
Brilliant, thanks, Kip. Yeah, so that's the point, people. Um, it's and also it's a really instinctive process. So like every individual approaches it differently. So the courses I'm doing are designed to help you paint in the way that you're going to paint. And we can do that in these courses. That's the idea. So there'll be more like videos discussing how these courses work. So thank you for listening again.